I think every other week is solid. Keep it up.
I'm fine. Yeah. I'm fine with that. I was actually Nick and I were talking a little bit ago of some possible casting pods network additions.
Okay.
We
spin-off series or
well, we were talking about having the new Iowa Cubs banner behind us here.
Yes.
We need to get an Iowa Cubs sponsorship now.
I think that's fantastic. Did you guys see their new logo?
Yeah, on the hat.
I love it. We have to get them.
Oh, I haven't seen it
You
yet.
haven't seen it?
Going back to the classic,
It's
baby
like
bear.
it's like the bear. It's like the teddy bear.
I saw the tease. I saw the tease for it where it was like it was the hat, but it was like darkened out, so you couldn't see the logo, but you could kind of see the shape, and that's what it looked like it was going to be.
That's what it is.
They're real sweet.
Like a color scheme they got.
But
going
yeah,
on
I'm all for the Iowa Cubs sponsoring.
So that was kind of our thing. Was like, the Iowa Cubs could sponsor us, and Nick was like, just don't pay us any money, just give us season tickets right behind home plate. We'll be good.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
And then we could sit there and do live podcasts.
So
with Iowa Cubs sponsorship.
That came up with what I've been wanting to do for a couple years now is start a baseball podcast.
Ooh, I'm in.
So,
I knew you'd be in.
So I'm like, start a baseball podcast.
I'm down.
Let's talk about baseball once a week, every other week, whatever.
Yeah, we'd have to do it a little more often for baseball because it is a day in, day out thing.
But then I was also telling Nick the 515 Hockey Cast that I used to do hasn't. Shout out. Well, and this is the thing is they don't record anymore. Their last episode that was put out was 10 months ago.
Can I ask the obvious question?
You're probably right. Yes.
Okay. All right. They're nothing without Chad.
Exactly. Oh shit! The producer, bud.
I mean, like
producer.
See, and I wasn't even the producer on that show. I was just
maybe that's why it wasn't very good. I don't. Maybe it was good when you were on it. Is what I meant. But like now without you, it's not. Is what I meant.
Well, they haven't, as far as I know.
How can they go on
without? From what I've seen, they haven't recorded an episode or released an episode in 10 months. So
I mean, I know quite a bit about hockey too. I've seen Mighty Ducks a few times.
Oh fuck, you're good, bro.
So I think I've got it figured out.
So I'm taking to watched season 1 on Disney, right?
I actually have not yet. Game Changers, right?
Game Changers.
I have not seen it. I did see that Estevez is not coming back season 2 though.
What?
Oh, you don't know that?
No.
Oh.
What do you mean? He played like a... Well, I mean, he was... I wouldn't say crucial, but it was kind of like a spin-off.
Well, it's hard not to have Gordon Bombay and Mighty Ducks, though, right?
Right. That's what concerns me.
Like, that's kind of like D3, good movie, but...
you didn't have Emilio.
But there's just like a sprinkling of Estevez.
And he played a pretty good part, and he helped the mom become coach and stuff like that. I don't want
to don't tell me too much. I haven't seen it. Spoiler alert, but
come on.
No, I haven't got to it yet. We got mad stuff to watch, and it just...
I'm sorry.
There is a lot of stuff out there.
Man, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then you can't watch stuff that you actually want to pay attention to until after the kids go to bed.
Right.
They don't go to bed till 7:38, and then I'm fucking tired, man.
Yeah. That's like for me
with your 100,
Well, and so we don't have any kids here at the house, so I mean we get Carrie's youngest, every other weekend, maybe. I mean, sometimes a little bit longer than that, but so my problem is if I want to watch a show, I feel bad if I start a new show without Carrie.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want to sit, but I get home at 4 or 5 o'clock
there goes
in the
flexing
evening
again.
But then, I also go to work early too.
What time do you go to work?
I go to work at 6:37.
Okay,
I mean
that's about the same time.
That's
just a little after.
Okay.
But see, it takes us longer to get
home.
From.
Yeah,
So
see? Yeah, wow.
He zips in quick. That's a whole extra episode that he gets to watch.
Yeah.
Move closer to work.
No.
Hard pass. Hard pass.
Trying to move first.
Sorry, Clive, Iowa, but you're not my people.
Right. But with Carrie working until 7 most nights, I can't start a new show. And then by the time she gets home, I'm cooking dinner. We're eating, and then it's another hour or two, and we're already in bed.
Do you ever run into this where you'll start watching a show together, and then you can't watch it by yourself afterwards?
100%.
Oh yeah,
we run into that all the time.
Ozarks
100%.
was one of them.
Yep.
Ozarks, I actually
I haven't seen that either.
Really, it's
them?
really good. You would really enjoy that.
It's one of the it's been really good, but I have so many other things I already wanted to watch.
Right.
Brain fuck.
That then it's then you get these things that other people tell you are really good, and I'm sure it is. I'm sure
Yeah,
I really like
yeah.
it. But it's like I have to put it at the end of the list. It's got to go at the end, and I haven't even watched the things I want to watch yet.
Right. Yeah, you're
So
not
it's
going to
like,
go out of your way to watch something that somebody recommended when
There's
you
just
already
there's
have
just
a
not
whole
enough time
list.
in the
Yeah.
day anymore.
I just
Yeah.
feel like we all need like a 2-week COVID break, and then we just get caught up on everything.
Right. The problem is, if I
Honestly-
had 2 weeks off, it's not like I'd have so much other stuff to do.
Well,
True.
yeah, that's
Be working on the basement, be working on the yard. Like, we got another little one coming.
Finally got
Like,
most of the garage cleared out.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a very
I just
productive
filled up
day.
my garage. So
Yeah.
I just got my pool table today.
Does it need bumpers or felt or anything like that? Or is it still in good shape?
It will. I mean, it's
why do you have
Did
a
you-
bumper guy?
Oh, me and Stoner used to do them back in the day.
really
Yeah. And refelt.
it does need
And-
need some new felt or a new felt on it.
You should go Cubby Blue.
You can actually get a Cubs one.
They
got a Cubs
do
logo on
make
it.
they do make specialized ones. It's actually like
The
a
Hawkeye ones are dope because black felt and it's got the Hawkeye logo in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
it's actually like a red, like a deep red felt is on what's on the table.
And now? Okay.
Yeah.
I got no problem with red
that's
felt.
what came
That
with
looks
it.
nice. I'm sure.
It's,
Airlane's
with
always had the
black-
red felt.
with black on the wood part on the sides, all the
digging
trim
it.
and everything.
I like it.
It's pretty sweet. The one thing is I can't find the billiard balls that went with it. I don't know where those went to. I think they're packed away somewhere, so I don't have balls for it. So I got to either find those or get a new set of balls.
Go ahead. I have a thought after you're done about billiard balls.
No, you're good. So right now it's actually I don't have it like on the legs. I just have it on the ground in the garage. So I kind of want to play putter pool with it.
That would be sweet.
Because it's
Especially
like-
if you're not worried about the felt that's on there now. Oh, it's over.
Because
Let's go.
it's like
That
the
would be
perfect.
great.
Like my dad and I set it down, and I was like, "Well, that's good enough for now," And he's like, "Yeah, that's perfect." And he's like leaning over, acting like he's gonna shoot, And I'm like, "No!" And I grab my putter out of my golf bag. I'm like, "Look!"
That's a genius idea.
I was like, "This is money right now." I mean, I gotta clean the. I mean, there's a bunch of cobwebs and leaves and shit on it, but just from being in storage. But clean the felt off, and then for now, I mean, I think it'd be cool to just leave it like that for now and just use it as putter pool. But I don't know. I want an actual pool table.
I saw something where they did like a backyard. They used like soccer balls.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
they did like a whole big, that would be cool.
Yeah.
But okay, back to the billiard balls thing. What a flex by these balls so stay with me. No other ball tries to look like another ball, but there are bowling balls that look like billiard balls.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's a thing. That's very popular. Is that the bowling ball looks like the billiard ball.
So it'd
But-
be like a spare ball, like a plastic ball, like ones you always see the designs and stuff. Or am I getting this completely wrong?
I know I'm not like a bowler like yourself, but I mean they're like the legit balls, like
They're
the
like balls that people use, and they're like painted like the 8 ball or like the 9 ball
Okay,
or like
so
a
like
cue ball or something.
So mine's not pool related, but that's kind of where I'm getting at but it's a spare ball. It's not a normal.
What do
ball.
you mean by spare ball? Like you don't use it?
They're plastic or they don't move as much. They're supposed to pick.
Well,
up,
these are
you
like
know.
the house balls at
Right.
places.
So that would be that concept. So
Okay.
it wouldn't be like my storm. I mean, it
Well,
is
sure. Like I said, you're a baller. I get
right.
it.
But mine's a globe.
Okay.
So it's clear and it's got a literal globe floating in the inside of it.
Right.
But it's not. But that's what you're saying. They just look like billiard balls.
Yeah, they're just
Okay.
the whole thing.
Like yeah.
But my point is, like, you don't see like a football that's like painted like a soccer ball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
right.
Like it doesn't go. But then billiard balls are over here flexing. They're like, yeah, what's up? We're so cool. We cross over.
This is
It's
true.
it's a huge flex.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Bowlers, bud. They go hard in the paint.
Apparently they do,
Yeah.
from what I hear.
Ernie McCracken, bud.
Yeah.
Regular kingpin stuff. Let's go. No, that's fantastic. That's good.
Oh fuck. So how'd your turkey turn out?
The turkey was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like,
was
I
it
mean,
beautiful?
I'm obviously one to toot my own horn, but this thing was the best turkey I've ever had.
It looked really good.
I did bring you guys. I cut off one whole breast to bring for you guys to try.
I'm excited to
give
try
me
it.
some secrets. What was your temperature?
So I cooked this one at what did I do? I did 300 for I think 4 hours, and then I cranked it up to 350 for about the last hour to get it up to temp. But yeah, so because I did a practice turkey. That was the whole thing. I did
Yep.
the practice
Yep.
turkey. So I got a 13 pounder. I brined that overnight, so it was brining for probably 14 hours by the time. Then I injected it with some Creole butter, the old Tony Sacheries. I think that's how you say it, Sacheries. Then just rub some butter on there, and then throw some seasoning on. Stuffed it with some apples, some onions.
Oh yeah.
Rosemary, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And then let her go, and then I put a pan underneath for the drippings. Because I made some
gravy.
I made some bomb ass gravy with
did
those
you?
drippings.
That's
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I wasn't planning on. So I was gonna do the turkey just to try out the turkey, make sure I get the turkey right, because I'm doing it for my dad's side on Thanksgiving. So I wanted to make sure I had it. Well, then I don't want the drippings getting all over the place in the smoker, so I keep those. But then the turkey's done, and I've got these delicious looking drippings, and I'm like, oh, I gotta make some gravy. Well, then I make this gravy, and it ends up looking awesome. Okay. Well, now I'm like, well, fuck, I got this gravy. I gotta make some mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah.
So I did all these things. So eating dinner took like 2 hours, because first I had the turkey, then I made the gravy, and then after the gravy I decided I was going to do mashed potatoes. And I'm snacking on the turkey the whole time, so by the time I get done, I'm not even hungry to eat none of it.
All right. That's awesome.
So it was good. Lacey liked it, so I got the stamp of approval.
There you go.
And
That's
then
always a plus.
let's see, what did we do? Then the other night I made some turkey enchiladas. Had to use up some of this meat.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He said I ate the turkey and made it with chicken.
I know. So this is something we always used to do post Thanksgiving, to use up the leftovers.
Right, just make whatever.
Because we would make turkey enchiladas.
Huh.
I make them a little different than my mom did, but yeah, I mean they were pretty darn tasty.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
They look good.
I like turkey anything.
Yeah, you're gonna love this turkey. I brought you guys some. So
turkey's really good with pepperoni to me too.
Okay.
Weird combo. But
I like chicken and pepperoni, so I mean same wavelength. I'm with you.
Nice.
All right.
Did you smoke anything this last weekend? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Any meat?
Okay.
Smoke any meat?
Did you cook
any food?
Did you cook any food? Did you
No.
smoke any meat?
No.
No.
I made some steaks, and I attempted to reverse sear.
What do you mean attempt? What happened? Do you think it didn't turn out good?
It looked amazing.
Okay.
The problem was I did one cowboy ribeye and then some like really thick small fillets.
Okay.
The cowboy turned out fantastic, but it was also not as thick, but it was bigger. So I thought
wider.
I was kind of thinking, and heavier too. I mean, there was like 18 ounces compared to like 3 6-ounce.
Right.
So I thought by them being separate pieces instead of one big fillet, that it would have been like, okay, probably cook a little faster than, or about the same time as the cowboy. And it turned out perfect, medium rare as always, beautiful. And then the fillet, because I actually pulled it out first because they wanted to rest. So I pulled it out first, and then I pulled the small ones, and I had the grill going, got them hot. They looked amazing. I felt
my mouth is watering.
They did. Okay, so here's the problem. I felt, because we watched so much fucking MasterChef and fucking Hell's Kitchen.
Yes,
and shit,
sir.
I fucking Ramsay'd myself. And I was pissed. And then I had to throw, because it was cold outside, so don't forget. And I already had the smoker off, so I didn't want to turn it back on. And the grill was already shut off when I brought them inside, because I let them rest. Obviously, let them rest.
Did you not get them cooked enough?
Fuck no. I cut into it, and it was...
Do you have
It's bloody fucking raw. That's what it felt like in my own head.
Do you have a meat thermometer?
No. I'm going to have probes, I guess. I just don't use them.
That's what I use. I just use those when I cook steak.
I've always just gone off the eyeball, though, or the old push test.
I literally just made some fillets the other night. We used up the last of like the side of beef we got from the Milo Meat Locker. Shout out. They're famous now. They just had a special on like WHO.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, so we just had some fillets, and like I didn't want to fuck them up. So I stuck a probe in one of those, make sure I got, because they're like 2.5, 3 inches thick. They're it's a lot thicker than what I'm used to. So dude, I'm cooking those bad boys. I got them on the side. I'm cooking top, side, moving them around.
Yeah.
It turned out fantastic.
I thought, like I said, the look of mine.
I bet yours looked a lot better than mine did, though.
They were fucking beautiful. I even had butter on the top when I was done with my little dab torch. Fucking getting it on top. Oh, they looked fantastic.
So
I cut into it, and it was probably 10 degrees on the
butter
inside.
on steak is so underrated. Like, why is that not a more widely used thing?
It really is.
Especially like a nice compound
Like
butter with like some herbs in there.
Yeah, like the garlic, like the patted garlic
Yep.
butter. Yeah, that shit's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I also
So
did
good.
some pork chops last week. They were absolutely phenomenal, but I didn't smoke them.
Yeah.
Just old school stovetop.
Yep. There
Yep.
you go.
I did
Shout out
some.
Stone for.
I did some Parmesan crusted pork chops like a week or two ago.
I used that Jack Daniels rub that I used on
Ooh.
that pork shoulder or whatever.
That would be good.
You know, Jack Daniels does make a good rub.
Yeah. Yeah, Stoner, Becky was working. Stoner's like, hey, what do you want to do for dinner? I was like, I don't care. I got some pork chops.
Yeah,
So he came over and made pork chops on the stove, and they were fucking amazing.
nice.
That was last Thursday, off Thursday of
Oh
the
yeah,
cast.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I
Nice.
know it's kind of hard to keep track.
Yeah, last week was confusing to me because Becky worked days that she didn't normally work and vice versa, but had me all fuckered up.
It's a whole thing. Chad, did you smoke anything? I know you had the shoulder going, right?
Yeah. So
We're
Sunday.
talking about pork.
pork. So Sunday, I like we have talked about. All of us have talked about. You know, if you go more than like a week or two without smoking something, it's just you're like something's missing in your
Yes.
life, right? And I mean, it had been a solid like 2 or 3 weeks since I smoked anything. So I told Carrie, I'm like, I need to smoke something this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Like we got the Chiefs playing the Sunday night game. Like
Chiefs play the Cowboys this
they
weekend,
do
by
play
the
the
way.
Cowboys this weekend.
That'd be a great game.
Trash talk coming up. I'm already 0-1 against the podcast, so
Yeah,
we'll see how
about
we
to,
do.
About to be 0-2.
We'll see.
So
That would be my luck.
right. So I told her, I was like, you know, I want to do something, either ribs or the shoulder or something. I just want to smoke something. And she was like, okay, well, she's like, let's just do 2 racks of ribs. I was like, that's perfect. You know, I'll do
Yeah, love it.
I'll do 2 racks of ribs. You know, wherever we end up
What was
watching
she
the
gonna
game
eat?
at, right? Wherever we end up watching the game, I would just take them over there. Not a big deal. It'd take me with my smoker and how I do them, it would take me about 9 hours to do everything total.
For some ribs?
Yeah.
So you do one rack at a time?
Yeah, because I
He doesn't
only
have. He doesn't have the
I don't
square
have
footage.
the
I mean, he's,
space in my smoker.
I tried, brother. I tried.
No, it's all good.
I
It's all
tried.
good. Fuck,
Could you
it
not
was-
hang them? I mean, I guess they would. The ribs, they would break.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
I
could
wouldn't
support
want
the
to.
top and the bottom.
Hang them. No, because I only have. What I need to do is see if I can find the. It's like almost like a pegboard style hook that I put in there to hold the rack, the wire racking that I put my meat on. So if I can find another set of those and a wire rack, I can fit more shit in there.
Right.
that's the
But
nice thing.
it's
Mine's,
just
mine's the
shelf.
vertical, so I
Yeah.
just stack
So
that shit
his
in
is-
there.
See, but he's
that's
only
what-
got
that's
one
what mine is,
rack,
but
is
it's
what
only
he's
got
saying.
one rack, and that's all I have.
Yeah, that's.
But say you're doing
So-
a chicken or something, dude. I'd get a fucking like one of those eyelets from Menards and
Yeah.
then fucking hang it. Like,
Yeah.
like a fishing hook.
do the old beer can chicken.
Right.
Right.
Get you one of them fancy little beer can holders. I got one.
And just
Yeah.
hang it. Hang
Nice.
it. So they're right there on the side and let it smoke right up in there.
Yeah.
Do you think you think you get more smoke from hanging it? Than
No,
just it
because
sitting there?
he could have something else in on the
I
bottom.
could lay it on the
But-
bottom
and
okay.
hang
Get
something
more
above
raw.
Okay, but then
But
you got then you're
getting drippings.
dripping raw chicken juice onto whatever you're cooking.
But what if it's another chicken? That's what I'm saying. What if you're just doing 2 chickens?
Okay, 2 chickens would be okay, I think.
Yeah.
But like you couldn't have like ribs underneath
No,
the
no,
chicken.
no,
Okay.
No.
Like, have you seen this video on going around like Facebook where they show like you take the chicken legs and you put it through like the rack so they hang, and then they have like the veggies and shit underneath it so like it catches the drippings. You guys haven't seen this?
No.
Okay.
No,
So it's
I
a thing. So
haven't.
like if you take like a wire rack,
Yeah.
you know, you can pop the bones kind of through there and make that into like a hanging rack. You know, you could just
Right.
get a regular hanging rack like I have.
Right.
But then they always show it in the video in the oven with like veggies underneath there. So like you just got your raw chicken hanging above there, and yeah, eventually it cooks, but like at what cost?
Right.
Like, is that safe?
Well, I mean, it's getting cooked out at a certain temperature regardless.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know though.
even on your veggies though, because your veggies gonna cook all the way through, even if it like
it's
soaks
the
in a
same
little
thing
bit.
as doing like stir fry, because you're throwing raw meat in there and stirring it up and cooking it.
Oh no, I always cook my meat before I
Or
throw
do you?
it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
You don't go raw. You don't go.
I always like cut up. I'll cube my chicken or beef or whatever first, and throw it in and get
Start
it cooked.
it first.
I get it cooked most of the way through.
Yeah.
I just think that
the
the
veggies,
whatever's still
I
like
don't know.
on the same thing that you're cooking, unless you switch pans. Do you switch pans too? Like you cook
Oh, yeah.
your meat? Oh.
See, like I'll have.
I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but like
I
every
just
time I
normally-
see it, I'm like, dude, you're just dripping. And maybe I'm Gordon Ramsay and myself too. Like, contaminated.
Right.
I can't do. I can't do that accent, so I'm not even gonna try.
But that's kind of how I mean. Even I don't know. I just everything that I cook, it starts out in the same place. So prime example, except for spaghetti, that's about the only thing I separate. But I make the noodles first, but then it still goes into the pan that I made the raw beef in.
Well, but raw beef and raw chicken is not the same thing. Like you could literally
Right.
eat raw beef.
But even if I did like chicken tacos, I put raw chicken on the stove in there, and then I just scoop out of there and put it on a plate.
But it's not, what do you mean? You put raw chicken in your tacos?
No, he
but
cooks
I put
it, but he
but
scoops
that's
it
what I'm
directly
saying, like-
out of the pan that he's cooking it in, which is fine.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If the smoker would be no different because it's just the pan.
Like I said, maybe I'm overthinking it, but like
Yeah,
every time
I
I
don't
see
know.
it, I just see raw chicken dripping on my food, and I don't
As long
want
as
that.
it's at temperature and you're not like smoking at like 180, I think you'd be okay.
All right.
I think you're.
I still don't think I'm going to be
250.
putting anything under my chicken.
No,
This is
no.
true.
Like better safe than sorry when it
But
comes
so
to raw
it's a
chicken.
bird though, right? So is turkey any different than chicken? when it comes-
Poultry.
I mean, you got to get it
Yeah, I mean,
cooked, but
it's still poultry. Turkey falls under the poultry category, so you still have to get it to like, what, 165?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying though. Is so you did a turkey and you collected the drippings and then made a gravy out of it,
yeah.
but you weren't worried about raw turkey contamination.
No, I wasn't.
Reality is setting in
That's
for
all
him
I'm saying.
now.
I don't know. No, that's what
I don't see anything wrong with it. I would.
Okay.
I would totally use it as long
Alright.
as you were at temperature when
As
you
long as
pulled
it's
it
like
out.
it's cooked,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know about letting it sit around for a while and then using it, but
Well, yeah, that's just not a good idea for
Right,
anything.
yeah.
That's fair. Okay. All right. Good. You guys make me feel a lot better about things. I can sleep easy at night now.
thank you.
Good job, boys. So I ended up not going with ribs.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Get lost on the food.
where
talk.
were we?
Right. No, so I was planning on doing ribs initially, and Carrie went grocery shopping Saturday, and she came home with not ribs. So I was like, okay, well, I guess my 9-hour smoking plan is going into like a 13, 14-hour smoke with a pork butt. So ended up doing that instead. And
But
I think I want to attempt some actual like whole shrimp like
yeah, the big
Yeah.
shrimp.
for Thanksgiving as well. I think
That'd be
I,
good.
I may try to smoke some of it when my turkey's in there because it's going to be temperature anyway. I'm just going to have to pull them out a lot faster. But
well, yeah, they wouldn't take as long. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
shrimp don't take long to cook anyway.
Right.
So. What do you put your turkey at? What are you cooking your turkey at?
probably 320.
So I think
325.
I'm gonna do the next one, the big one. I'm gonna go 350 because I don't want to be up like all night fucking with this thing.
Right.
Because I turn it every hour. Like I want to get a nice even.
Cook, yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like I was doing the math. If I did it at 300, I'd be up for like from midnight getting this thing done. So like now I can wake up at like 4.
Right, and I might even do 350 because I like my turkey crispy.
Mm-hmm.
Crispy.
I
just
was
like
trying to
my
look at
chicken.
different like ways that people do to get like on chicken or turkey, get that skin real crisp.
Definitely an oil base, I would say.
I haven't seen a lot of now. Yeah, and I was like spray with like butter too, and like
Or you fry it because when you fry a turkey, it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
But it's game over.
Yeah.
you could smoke for a while on a lower temp and then dip
then
that bad
fry
boy
it.
in the fryer to
Fryer.
finish it
Oh,
off.
that'd
So
be
you get the
pretty good.
smoky with that nice fried
That would
crispy
be good.
outside.
Oh no. Now we're talking ideas.
That sounds delicious.
I did just scoop up some new pellets for the turkey.
What'd you get?
Shout out was it Bear Mountain Barbecue?
Dude, I've been wanting to try these.
So have I. So I finally ordered some from Amazon. I don't know if you can get them local or not, but I found
I haven't seen them.
what they call bourbon barbecue.
Ooh,
So it's chopped up bourbon barrels.
fucking A.
It smells really good.
That sounds fantastic.
That does sound really good.
So we're gonna test it out. I always like testing it out. You
Yeah.
just say what do you put in it? I don't know, whatever new I can come up with.
Yeah, give it a
I'm
shot.
sure some stuff are great. I've liked multiple flavors.
Right.
But how do I know I haven't got the best one yet?
I know. I go through a bag and then I get a different kind.
Just to try it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that was good, but what if it could have been better?
And some I like the aura, like that comes out of the smoker. Some not so much.
Like the aroma?
Of the smoke that's
Yeah.
sitting in the driveway.
No, the
bud.
aura
The aura, like
aromas.
like
yeah, sorry. Sorry.
I'm just thinking like
Aura.
is it like
It's like
the
inner-
like the spirit
Like
of
the
the
spirit.
animal that
It's
you're
the
smoking?
spirit. The spirit
like
of
that's
the
what's
smell.
coming out.
Yeah,
Like
smell-
okay,
Smells
yeah.
like Teen Spirit.
I was just looking. I'm like, aura.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aroma. Sorry.
That's
But
fair.
what
No.
comes out of the smoker
Oh yeah,
always affects what I feel like I got going on in the smoker. So
it's an inside outside situation.
Yeah, you know.
plus when you're doing like, 14, 15, 16-hour smokes and it's out there, like just kind of just what's your backyard, it's what the back door smells like.
Yeah.
So if it's not smelling the best, you're like, a little twangy.
Yep.
That's fair. All right.
But some of the, like apples and cherries, they smell sweet. So I mean, it's just kind of like
Yeah.
a sweet smoke the whole time.
That's what I've been using is applewood, and then my dad's got a bunch of cherry trees at his place that we're gonna cut down. So I'm gonna have some
That'll be
cherry,
nice.
some cherry wood to
Yeah,
smoke with.
the one I did, it was a apple cherry maple mix.
Ooh. I just did.
I've never had maple.
This was the first thing I've done with the maple in it. I don't know. I mean, the turkey tasted really good. So
When I think of maple, I just naturally assume maple syrup. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking like maple. I think more like pork because you think like a maple smoked bacon.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
like more of a. But I mean, I don't know. It tasted good.
Yeah.
I
The
fuck with it.
on the shoulder I did cherry and hickory
Ooh. Okay.
combo. Yeah.
So, Chad, you probably know a little more about your woods than I do. So, what's the difference
Man.
between white oak and red oak?
It's the color.
Is it literally the color?
It is.
Okay, so is oak not a poisonous wood?
No. Oak is a hardwood.
Are you thinking like poison oak?
No,
Like the plant?
I mean, there
there's-
is poison oak, but no, you can actually use oak as a smoking wood for. I think it's recommended for like beef.
Like oak's in a lot of the different mixed ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said the one I have in it has red
walnut.
oak in it, but I would always heard the oak you couldn't
Oh yeah,
like
you
burn it. It had
Yeah.
a
You can.
twang
Absolutely.
to it. but-
Yeah.
It's probably more of like a lot more of like an earthy flavor
I
to
would
it.
love the earth.
It's
bud.
probably something like he said. Stay more like on a beef. You know,
Right.
you wouldn't want to do that on like your chicken or turkey.
Right.
You gotta
I
stay
don't know.
with.
It's always blended so perfect. Like the last blend was
See, that's what I
it
like
was-
about these pellets. They're blended,
yeah,
so-
red oak, cherry, and hickory, and something else. Maybe just the three of them. But yeah, there's just a whole mixture of it. It's
Yeah.
just-
Yeah.
I feel like they know what they're doing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Obviously,
I trust
trial
the
and
pellet
error.
people.
Yeah.
I want to try. I've seen these, and I'm gonna order some. They have almond wood pellets, and
Oh.
and plum wood pellets,
What's plum like plum?
like plum trees. So it's
Interesting.
Naughty Wood is the company, Naughty Wood.
Yeah.
Do they have like grape too?
No. So it's just almond and plum, and then they recommend if you want to get frisky, mix those two together, and it'll be like a flavor you've never experienced.
Huh.
I'm
I'm-
down to try it.
I'm like, that sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Naughty wood.
Yeah, KNOTTY. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says you can get it from Home Depot, but you have to like Home Depot doesn't keep it in stock.
You gotta
like,
order it
Oh,
from
yeah.
yeah.
Home Depot.
Special order it.
They'll probably deliver it to your house though.
Probably. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that I think you get
So
the
you can just
delivery.
order it online.
But yeah, because I went in there one day.
It's easier.
I think when I was gonna do the brisket for Christopher's birthday.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
By the way, thanks for coming, you two. But
Subtle
I
shots.
couldn't. I
But I stopped into Home Depot. I was gonna get some, and I'm like, but it says you have it. It says here at Home Depot,
Just pick up in 30 minutes.
and they're like, oh yeah, like we can ship it to you. We can send that to you. I'm like, why don't you just have some here? Like you got this great big store.
The way of the world lately.
I know anything. You can get anything from a store online. Can you go into that store and get it? No.
No. But you can buy it from Sears that's closed. You know,
Yeah,
like,
we
what?
don't even have Sears, but
That's
yeah.
That's where I got that pool table outside with Sears.
Sears?
Yeah.
Sears was like the last company to change with the times, though.
Wasn't Sears
yeah,
like the all Craftsman one? They had like all the
Yeah.
Craftsman stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they
Yep.
sold, Whirlpool, Maytag washers and stuff like other stuff, but they were
Yeah,
the last
they were the
company.
number one craftsman.
Yeah.
Dealer.
Like they had the whole
rid-
section. and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah. Their biggest problem was, and they built that brand on like warranty. It was really shitty stuff
Mm.
for the most part. Some of their stuff's okay, but it would break. But the warranty, you just go replace it. You know it's
Right.
gonna break, but you just get a free one. That's
Yeah.
cool.
That does sound like a
But
good
the,
setup.
yeah, the company itself, though, everybody was transitioning into online ordering, and they were stubborn about it. And we're like, no, people still want to go to stores and get something. And now they're out of business.
Well,
But they do have
shit happens.
Sears Online now because you still have Craftsman stuff. You got to mail it in, but
What's crazy is that like the
somebody
Sears
else that has it.
catalog used to be such a big thing. It was like a fucking book you'd go through.
Oh yeah,
right.
And now, I mean, Sears ain't even a thing.
But it wasn't like online. It was still a call in. Like you got to call.
Well, yeah, like you'd like send a check in.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's what they got big on.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird that they started that, but it's like they were the front runners of that. So like we're not changing that. This is what
Right, yeah,
made
this
our
is
brand.
what we are. Yeah.
And everybody else went digital and online, and like, oh, you're stupid. And now everybody else is still around, and
Right, and
you had
everybody
the
else
biggest-
like, oh, who's
you had the
stupid
biggest
now,
building
bitch?
in Chicago.
You know what I was thinking? Me and my buddy from work were talking about this. Like, talk about bad decisions, like business decisions.
Yeah.
The new SpiderMan trailer just came out, so we're talking about SpiderMan. And like in the '90s, Marvel was like bankrupt as fuck. They were trying to sell off anything they could to make money to kind of survive.
Right.
And they offered Sony like all their characters. They're like, dude, we will sell you every character we got, you know. And Sony's like, no, man, we just want Spider-Man.
No shit.
So they're like, yeah, we'll buy Spider-Man, but like we don't want, like, what do we want? Like the fucking X-Men, and we don't want like Captain
Yeah.
America, and we don't want any of that shit. Just give us Spider-Man. And then you had like the Tobey Maguire movies and all that stuff, and it worked out, right? Until Marvel's like, you know what we should do? We should just make our own movies. And now like every movie they put out makes like $1 billion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So how would you like to be the guy that made
the
that decision
for Sony.
to be like, nah, just Spider-Man? Like, you could have had all of that.
Yeah, but I mean, at the time though, I mean, you really don't know.
Right, and like, so maybe nothing
But-
would have come to it. Maybe
But
superhero
you'd have to
movies
think,
aren't
though,
big
if you
no
were
more.
wanting to buy one character, then somebody would probably be willing to buy the other characters.
One, like, imagine what would have happened if,
Sony
Like,
did
what,
it,
like-
and it wasn't Marvel.
yeah, like this whole, like the Avengers and everything, like that shit wouldn't have happened.
But that's how I feel about Disney with Star Wars. Because I was kind of scared. I'm like, Disney bought Star Wars? This is wild. But now what the shows are putting out, like, oh,
The shows are good though, but the movies,
yeah, that's
like
where
the
I'm
sequel
suspect.
trilogy, that's trash, bud.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big Star Wars guy. Sequels are terrible.
Yeah.
That's another thing I was just talking about.
But
the other
that's
day.
what I'm saying. The
Oh,
shows.
It's so bad.
But favorite Star Wars episode? Phantom Menace,
Really?
episode 1.
I'll give you that.
I'm just-
I actually really
I'm just
like the
kidding.
prequel.
No,
Oh,
that's me.
It was really good.
I really like the
I do
prequels.
like
It was,
it,
but see, the problem for me was because that's
I
what
like
got
Revenge
me
of the
into
Sith,
it.
but
I do like Revenge of the Sith too. Yeah.
see, so like my favorite Star Wars is A New Hope. Because
Okay.
that's the one that we had on VHS growing up. It's the only
Okay.
one we could watch all the time. So we
Yeah.
watched that thing
I had
all the
we-
time.
yeah,
I had
we
all
had the
three on
original
VHS.
trilogy, yeah.
'Cause I remember it.
Yeah.
It was.
They
it
had
was
the
in a
box
pack.
set.
Yeah, it was a box set.
Yeah, wasn't Yoda on one? Vader was on one, and,
And then,
was it
And
C-3PO?
Luke. I thought it was
No,
Luke.
the
R2-D2?
oh, man. No, it was the big things. Then
Oh yeah, the fucking the giant robot, the giant camel robot things.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
walkers, the
Yeah.
Imperial walkers.
yep,
Yeah,
Imperial.
Yeah,
Walkers,
there you go.
but yeah. But did you guys see the new Star Wars movies? The
I
three.
haven't. I honestly haven't
Yeah.
seen. I think the last Star Wars movie I saw
I
was
was upset.
probably the Phantom Menace. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
You didn't even watch the other two of that trilogy.
I don't think so. I might have. I
So
don't
Return
know. I'm just
of
not.
the
I'm not.
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi is the middle one or the last one of the original trilogy.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen the original
So
trilogy.
it's Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones,
Clones.
Revenge of the Sith, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi,
Then
Force Awakens.
Yeah,
Let's see, The Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker.
that's one that upset.
And then there's also Solo and Rogue
just-
One mixed in there.
I was so totally mind fucked when I found out it was Palpatine's granddaughter.
That's the word. Like, what? That's
I
so
was just,
stupid.
what?
So
and
fucking dumb.
Then she
like,
takes
why?
the name Skywalker. Like, get the fuck out of here
Dude,
with that shit,
the end
bud.
of that movie is so terrible. That movie's terrible anyway.
horrible.
Those three movies are terrible. Like, they're so bad that even Disney's
Damn.
like, I don't think we can like say this is canon anymore.
you know
guys.
how we're gonna save this? We're gonna completely change up when we start doing these shows. We're gonna completely change up
Yeah.
everything we did and just create some shit.
Well, so the
Why?
lady
'Cause
that's in
obviously
charge
we fucked up.
at Disney, in charge of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, she just got a fucking contract extension. Like, how can you give this person who's in charge of the worst era of Star Wars ever a contract extension?
Because of what they got going on through Disney. I'm with you. The
Disney
movies,
Plus stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What they got going on there, I could see that if that's what.
But they should have the guys that are in charge of that show be in charge of all of Star
My
Wars.
only question is though,
Give me some
'cause
Jon Favreau. Give me some Dave Filoni.
Right.
Those guys know their
should
Star
be
Wars.
They should be doing the movie. But
Yeah.
Favreau should absolutely be doing movies. The Star Wars.
Here's my
movies.
question though: did they have any input from Mr. Lucas on the last 3 movies, or was it just strictly whatever Disney?
No,
wanted
I
to
don't
come
think
with?
so. I don't think so, and I think that's part of the issue. Is so the first movie is one director, and he had one kind of plan, and then the second movie, different director changes everything up. So then the third movie, J.J. Abrams got to try to like tie everything together.
Yeah.
And it's fucking stupid, bud. Rey, who's set up to be this nobody, which is perfect because everyone in Star Wars is like related to Skywalker somehow. So it makes it special when she's just nobody. She's nothing special, but she's got the Force. She turns out to be fucking Palpatine, who's still alive. What the fuck?
No, literally got
Palpatine's granddaughter, and Snoke is just a fucking clone. Like everything, and then you got fucking. All of a sudden, Rey has Force healing abilities. How come she has Force? Yoda didn't have those. Obi-Wan Kenobi didn't have those. Fucking Darth Vader didn't have those. Luke didn't have those.
Yeah.
But fucking Rey, she has them. Why? Oh, because she's
Palpatine
Palpatine's
does.
granddaughter.
Yeah, Palpatine's got the power, buddy.
But fucking stupid. Fucking stupid.
But it didn't make sense to me.
I could literally
because
talk
she was-
about this how bad these Star Wars movies are for the next 2 hours.
We can skip. We can skip.
Move on to something else because I'm getting feisty.
I was enjoying this. It was.
Well, okay. So hold on. The big. Never mind. No. I'm done because it's going
like,
to turn
no.
into a conversation. Yeah, never mind.
Okay, switching things up. Question for you.
Okay.
See if you guys remember this. Do you remember what the first alcoholic beverage that you bought legally was?
Yeah, it was a 6-pack of Corona.
I'm going to guess probably. I don't know what pack number it was, but I'm guessing it was a Coors Light.
Okay.
Oh, or a damn Four Loco.
Oh, yeah. I was.
Because
I
they
was
were
actually.
popping.
I was actually mad. So at midnight, I was living in West Des Moines at the time, and at midnight I drove down the street to the Come and Go, and walked in, and I'm like, I can finally buy alcohol. Walked in, grabbed a 6er of Corona, walked up to the counter, set it down. The motherfucker didn't even ID me.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm like, I literally just turned 21. And you're not gonna ID me. For 2, you're telling me that I could have been coming in here with you working the whole time, and I would
I already had beer, bud.
I remember like when I first turned 21 and started going to bars, like they let you walk in. You're like, oh no, bud, here's my ID. Check it out. I'm 21.
I'm
Look,
21,
no. They're like, no,
motherfucker.
you're fine. I'm like, no, look.
Yeah,
Look.
at just take a peek.
No.
Would you just look at it?
Just
I
check it
remember
out.
after I turned 21, I didn't go and get my driver's license changed, so it was still vertical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with you there. I didn't even know you had to do that.
I didn't know
it was a
either.
thing.
I didn't know it was a thing. And
Some people don't know you have to do legal documents for things to be official. Not
That's
everyone knows that.
fucking weird, huh?
Yeah, it's weird.
I just assumed you got your license. When you got your license, you got your driver's license. I didn't know there was a.
Yeah, like you just say the words and magically
Yeah,
everything's
it's
legal.
like I do. And
Well,
you know,
I figured that you still
It's,
see
you know,
by
it
the
is.
age. You see by the age, you're like, oh, he's 21.
Sure.
Good.
Okay.
But I actually was out at Rock on the Range in Columbus, Ohio, with our friend KC from Just Another Football Show, and
Joffs.
Jaffs,
Jaffs.
and some
like
other
Joffs.
friends, and like half of the people there wouldn't serve me because I had the vertical.
The
ID.
vertical, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
I remember, like when I was 20, I think I was still 21. I was living out in New York with my family out there, and I'd go to the supermarket to buy booze,
Yeah.
and they'd see my Iowa ID, and they would literally pull out this binder
Right, to see
with-
what the legal ones
with
were.
like what the different states' IDs look like, so they would make sure I wasn't trying to fake it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah,
like, in New
100%.
York, how many Iowa IDs, right? So someone could walk in with a fake because you're like, yeah, this is what it looks like, man. This is
Right,
this is
right.
real in Iowa. So they have a straight up binder that they slap on the counter.
Yeah, I didn't even
and they
think
start
about that.
flipping through.
That's because we're from here. And it was like, yeah, from New York. I
Yeah,
don't know
we
what you're
don't
doing
give a
here, but
fuck.
sure, you want some beer, bud? Go for
They're like,
it.
yeah, you probably need a drink.
Right.
I can't tell you about a horrible time I went to Denver with a paper ID.
Oh, that's yeah.
Oh,
Nothing good happens
Because
with the
that
paper
was
ID.
right around when they switched to. Because I always was used to going when you went down to the DMV. Because
Mm-hmm.
I was always in Warren County, so I always went down there.
Yeah.
They'd hand you one when you were leaving.
yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh no, here's your paper ID."
And
I was like,
they'll send it to you.
"What?" You had this big machine right there that prints out.
Just tell me you don't have the guy that works the machine anymore?
Right.
Like, he's gone? This is a thing?
So when I was like 19, I think I was 19, 20, my brother got a new ID. He's 6 years older than me. We kind of looked alike at that point. Not a bunch, but kind of enough. And so he gave me his paper ID. And he's like, here, this will work. I'm like, this is a paper ID. I'm going to fucking I'm going to go to jail. Anywhere. Yeah, like, what the fuck? And so we went to, it is now called Extra Innings. It used to be called Fat Tony's.
Yeah.
And
been there before.
Right. So we were heading
Sounds
down there.
familiar.
And there was like a group of like, I don't know, 10 of us that were going down there, right?
So you guys sold the place out.
Basically.
Not a very large establishment.
No. And
So-
I mean, everybody was like... Everyone was like,
Old ownership.
6 to 10 years older than me. I
I'm
was
saying size of the building, not a
oh
very
yeah,
big place.
it's not a very big place. But yeah, I was like the youngest by like 6 to 10 years, right? And so all these people, including my brother, who has his new ID,
Yes.
and I have his paper ID. We're walking into the door. He's the first one to get in. I'm the last one, right? And
I think
so
you could spread it out. Yeah.
yeah, so the bouncer's checking the IDs and he's going through and he's like, good. And he gets to me and he looks at it and he's like, weren't you just here? I was like, yeah, sorry. And he's like, oh yeah, you're good, man. I'm like,
That's
oh
fantastic.
fuck.
So speaking of brothers and IDs, this is relevant because today is actually my little brother's 30th birthday.
Happy
Dylan.
birthday, Dylan.
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Dylan! Shout out on our world famous CND show.
World
Cheers,
famous.
buddy.
It is
Yeah.
world famous. It is international.
It is.
To
Internationally known.
clarify.
So so he's 2 years younger than me. So when I was 21, he was 19. So there's 2 years he was not able to go to bars.
Right.
Now same situation. We look like brothers, but we're not twins.
Right.
Okay. But I would give Dylan. I think it's legal to say this now. It's been 10 years.
It's fine.
So,
Yeah.
so I'd give him my ID and he'd go to the bar. Specifically, Thirsty Sportsman. Okay.
Oh yeah.
He'd go in there, hang out all the time. All right. Well, now he's 21. Fast forward. He's 21. We go in there like the day after, I don't know. It was right around his birthday. He goes in. He knows the bartender. He's been coming here for years. And he goes, yeah, what can I get you? Like, because there's a bunch of us there. He's like, oh, what's going on? And he goes, I think the guy's name was Jim. Maybe. We'll say Jim.
He's
Is that the...
It could be. I think he's like the general manager.
Yeah,
Like
if
he
not
owns
like
it
the-
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Might be
The
the
OG,
owner.
yeah.
Anyway, so stay with me. So he goes, he's like, you know what, Jim, I gotta be honest with you. It's my 21st birthday today.
What a baller move.
And he's like, the guy's like staring at him. He's like, really? And Dylan he's just kind of gives him
He's
that,
like,
that
yeah,
shrug,
yeah.
that look. And the guy's like, so the usual.
Fucking baller.
It was fantastic. But yeah, so Dylan rolled. He had my ID on him more than I'd have my ID on me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I never fortunately had any older brothers.
missing out.
But
Did it work with your older sister?
no, but somehow, some way, Slappy's ID did get me in a few places back in the day. Because he's a good 10 months older than me, so he
I
was
could see
21
it, I
first.
guess.
Yeah, I
And
can kind of see it.
especially when we're both, 80 pounds lighter. We look very
Those
similar.
were the days.
Oh,
It's just the
God.
eye color really got everybody because my eyes are blue and his are really dark brown.
How much?
so-
Well, so like the thing that would always be in my ID is I had my ears pierced. I had black earrings on in my picture. Dylan's ears aren't pierced, and so like every now and then you get kind of like a sideways look. No,
Yeah.
they filled in.
I took my earrings out.
Yeah, fuck on my earrings. I'm like, whatever. Who are you to fucking judge? No, but back to my original question. First legal drink I ever bought,
Yeah. What was yours?
Tequila Sunrise at Old Chicago.
Oh, so you wanted to bring
Okay.
up Old Chicago?
Yeah.
Is this why?
So that's what would bring me back to
Okay.
that in case I forgot. But yeah, so yeah, that was so for everyone that didn't know. So I didn't drink until I was 21. I don't have any of these fancy young sneaking into bars stories. I didn't drink till I was 21. So it was a big deal when I went out, bought my first beverage. Because other than the house party for my 21st birthday, I'd never drank. So I went out, and for whatever reason, I don't know, I got a fucking Tequila Sunrise.
It's not a bad choice.
It was good. Don't
It
get me
is-
wrong.
it is
It was
good.
delicious. Yeah.
I love it.
So
It was my first drink, though. I think it was probably Coors Light because when I was in the military, I was 17, and when I graduated basic before I went to AIT. So basic, we weren't allowed to go nowhere. But we had like a week and a half between basic and AIT, and a lot of us had some family come out and stuff. They only stayed for a couple days, so we had like a week to go hang out in South Carolina with everybody else you've been with. Some of the guys were 30, some were 25. A lot of us were like 17, 18. But we just went with them to the bar. They didn't ideas. We just rolled in with the rest of the crew. Like, oh, the military guys are here. Yeah, let them go.
Yeah.
They're going to spend some money.
There you go.
It's funny that now, like, we're older, no one IDs us anymore. And, like, I'm more offended
I got ID'd
now.
for these 2 beers tonight.
Okay, sorry.
I was like, what? Seriously?
But I'm like, I almost get offended when I don't get ID'd. I'm like, am I that old? No, like, come on.
Right, because it's like, you got to look if you're, like, what was it, over 40?
Yeah, you're supposed to
Like, so
ID.
do I look 40?
I'm like, really? Like, is it that bad? Oh, yeah. Man. Sometimes I'll still pull the ID out. They're like, no, I don't need it. I'm like,
that's what really cracks me up.
No, here, get it.
Here.
Like,
you need to see it. They're like, no, you're good.
I haven't been ID'd for cigarettes since I was probably 20, but now that they moved up to 21, they're like, I got to see your ID. Seriously?
When did they, hold on.
Yeah, I think it'd be 21 to get cigarettes.
Yeah,
now.
Tobacco is 21 now.
When did that happen? I didn't know that.
It was last year.
Really?
Yeah, that's what. And I started getting ID'd for cigarettes. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. It's one of those things, like, it was a big
18?
deal, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I'm over 21. So,
Yeah.
It's like, I think a while someone was talking about changing the drinking age to, like, 25. I'm like, fine, fucking do it. I don't care. I'm 30. Unless they change it to 40, I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as I'm above that age, I don't give a fuck.
See, and then, speaking of that, like, when both my parents grew up in Colorado, it was 18 to drink.
Yeah.
It's a wild place out there.
Everybody else was.
Well, you can do anything you want out there.
Yeah, we can do mushrooms.
Some things
legally,
you gotta fucking sign papers for, but like you can do whatever the fuck you want in Colorado.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. Did you know that, Chad?
I did not know.
Whatever you set your heart to.
As long as there's good purpose and positive and negative energy through a battery marinated, you're good to go, baby.
Hey, you got to make sure that battery's marinated.
Yeah.
Colorado's for lovers. We've all heard that before.
I think that's Virginia.
Well,
is for lovers.
I don't know if you ask Hawthorne Heights, it's Ohio is for lovers.
Ohio is for lovers.
Hawthorne Heights, man, that band could have been astronomically huge.
And then what happened? It just fall off?
Well, I'm pretty sure the lead singer died.
Oh, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. That's what I've been told. I heard
rumor
that.
around town.
Yeah, I don't know. This was like 15 years ago that they were.
I need to get another beer. Hold on. It's right there.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Gotta set that headset
Good to
down.
see you. Yeah, just don't put it by the mic. I learned that lesson.
Yeah. Get a little bit of feedback going.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
No worries.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Wow, that was crispy.
Foaming up.
Geez,
Foaming up. So, like I said, I didn't drink till I was 21. So I had a party on my birthday.
Yeah.
People come over, and everyone was real excited because I'd never drank. So like, oh fuck, we could get David fucked up.
David fucking lit,
it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, this is what we just talked about.
We literally just talked about this.
Sorry,
We
I
just
didn't hear
went
it.
over this.
It's like one of those things. You guys heard it. I didn't hear it.
Wow.
Okay, first of all, oh my god, sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to cut that out.
Yeah, just cut that part out.
Okay, ready?
Break.
Okay, so I didn't drink until I was 21. Had a house party. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to get David fucked up. But I'm like, no, I'm not going to get crazy. You know, I'm going to pace myself. Okay? So first people there, they gave me like a 6-pack of bottle Bud Light. Perfect. I'm just going to fucking milk these bad boys.
Right.
Okay?
I could see that.
So I'm going at it. We're playing some beer pong out on the porch. It's a great time. I'm thinking I'm like 2 beers deep. It's a few hours in. I'm like, man, I'm doing good. Other than the fact I can't fucking see straight. Okay? So, I'm like, fuck, I'm a little pussy. I cannot handle my liquor to save my life. I've had 2 beers, and I'm, like, drunk as fuck. Well, it turns out my friends in air quotes, thought it would be really funny.
Air quotes, man.
Oh, no.
Thought it would be really funny to just, like, anytime I put my beer down, they would just pour, like, rum or whiskey or any kind of liquor they had on them into my beer bottle because I couldn't tell the fucking difference because I don't know what the fuck beer tastes like.
Oh,
That's rough.
fuck.
So I'm
rough.
thinking I'm drinking 2 beers where the whole time I'm just drinking straight liquor. Like, I'm just... And I was... Oh, but...
Hey, build
tore
that
up
tolerance
from
up
the
early.
floor up.
God damn.
He's like,
I
I,
had
will
to get-
never have a Bud Light ever again in my life.
And now I
Right.
drink Bud Light all the time. But,
Gnarly.
Yeah.
but I literally had to get carried upstairs. Like, it was bad. By the end of it, I was draped on a friend of mine who... His deodorant reminded me of soap we used when we were kids.
like dial soap or like
Zest.
Zest,
Yeah, Zest. And so I'm just like rubbing him. I'm like, you smell like soap. And he's like, and I'm like, no, good soap.
Good soap. Hey, speaking of good soap, not to go off.
No, that's it. That's
okay.
fine. That's enough of that.
So, question of the day. Do you use liquid soap or do you use bar soap?
Liquid.
Where? Hold on. In what situation?
Shower.
In the shower? Bar soap.
Thank you. Okay, so Chad,
Really?
do you
Washing
okay.
my hands? Liquid soap.
Liquid soap. Yeah, okay, I'm with you there.
So I think it's important to differentiate.
do you have are you opposed to using bar soap?
So is it like a body wash situation? Are you like one of those like 3-in-1? You get the hair, the body all together?
No.
Or you got separate?
No,
you got shampoo and
Yeah, I've got the.
You got to
body
condition
wash?
that mane though, right? Like
I've got
that's
shampoo.
oh yeah, definitely.
you got to condition
conditioner,
that. Yeah.
and body wash.
Okay.
Separate.
But it is liquid.
Yeah.
So are you opposed to using like bar soap? Or you just not?
I'm not opposed to using it. I've never like growing
Okay.
up. I always had liquid soap, so that's all I've used.
Split households. One of my households was all liquid. The other was bar soap. I naturally prefer bar soap with like my profession because it scrubs out
Right.
grease real well. So
Do you ever use like Dawn dish soap in the shower?
Not in the shower, no.
Oh,
That's
so like sometimes
interesting.
we get like real sooty and stuff at work. You just use the fucking dish soap. It does a really good job on the grease and everything.
Yeah, Dawn
Give it a
dish
shot.
soap
Here's my
does-
plug though.
It takes
Okay.
the grease off of the ducks.
Yeah, it works on ducks. It's good for you.
I went. What do the kids these days say? Like extra?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you heard of Dr. Squatch? Have you seen the ads?
I've
Yeah.
seen.
So-
Did you get some?
Yes.
dude.
Yes. First
Cut
off,
me off a corner or something. I gotta try.
So seriously, I'm gonna order another set, and you guys both have to use a bar.
Dude, I'm in.
Their
I've
OG,
been seeing these.
Yeah, the OG flavor is pine tar. That was the first one that I used.
Fantastic.
First off, Becky's upset because
Because now
how
you're
it
saying
co-
you smell so fucking
well,
manly.
not man. It does. It gives you like a overpowering smell, but
But like in a good way,
in a
right?
good
Okay.
way. So the pine tar, it
just
depends.
clarifying.
You might like me. I was like, man, that smells pretty good. Becky's like, oh, it smells like a fucking evergreen tree. Like just completely opposite of what I was thinking, but it smells good. Anyway, why she was upset is because they have a Star Wars
Yeah.
special edition pack.
Yeah.
What?
They
So
do.
I bought
have
it.
seen that.
I'll send you a picture when I get home. I bought it. I haven't even used any of those yet. It
So,
comes
like-
in such a dope container.
So
you're
the
like, why would
soaps
I
are
even-
in different like shapes. They're in Star
no, they're
Wars
all in the same
shapes?
shape, but they have their different flavors.
Scents.
Basic.
I think
Yeah,
scents.
scents, sorry,
You're not
not
eating the
flavors.
soap, right?
Yeah, different scents, but they
The aura. What's the aura of these things?
So the
well, the first aura
Obi-Wan,
is
yeah,
C3PO.
I say Obi-Wan's aroma is sage, but they're
That makes
so-
sense because like he's a sage. He's full of wisdom.
Right. So here's my
It's a
thing.
play
so
on
they're-
words and
all
sense.
of their products are natural.
Okay.
So something in there to make it. So the pine tar was like actual.
From the MLB.
Not,
kidding.
yeah, no, but it
That
was
would
like
be cool though.
evergreen oil,
Right.
kind of like tea tree oil, but it was like
Okay.
an evergreen oil. But it was also in the square. There was like oats.
Okay.
So when I originally opened it up, I was like, "That's kind of weird." Like, there's like looks
It's good
like,
for your skin though.
right. And I was mind blown. The cost is not effective. So we'll
like-
start with that.
Oh, yeah.
So it is
Like,
extra.
I buy like the 10-pack of like Irish.
Irish Spring.
Yeah, there's like 10 of them for
Yeah,
like
which
$9.
and I like the Irish Spring
Yeah.
with the aloe
Yeah.
aloe vera.
Or I'll do
Oh,
some like the Dove men's ones.
Yeah, I'm with
Some
you
of
on
those are
that.
good.
That's what I've always rocked.
That's what I get for,
So
for
I
my
used my-
body wash.
Is
Is
it?
Dove.
I did go through like in high school. I went through a big Axe body wash phase.
Axe is too much for me, man.
Again, it was high school. You know.
But so
that's-
we
that's
all made
also the
thing.
mistakes.
Well, this Dr. Squatch, it's so powerful. The aroma coming out of it is so powerful. You're like, whoa! Like it make your whole bathroom smell like when I opened the pine tar and literally put it in there, the whole fucking bathroom
sounds
smells
fantastic.
like a forest.
I'm in.
But
I've never heard someone get so excited
It was
about
crazy,
soap.
dude. I'm telling you. So I used
There's
the
a
first
couple
bar.
different ones.
If I
like-
could review, I used the first bar. I'm sold, and now I have to bust into my Star Wars pack. But I'm gonna do it for the team.
Now, do they have like a subscription type situation you can sign up
they
for?
do.
And
They
they'll
have like
send you-
a what you call like a, I guess, a soap box or whatever. But once a month you pay a
good
subscription. They'll
marketing.
send you all different. Yeah, soapbox like soapbox derby, baby.
I'm just saying, get up on your soapbox.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
And
fantastic.
they'll send you all their new products coming out and stuff. Or you can do like they have packages, so you can do like if you want just strictly this type of scent or whatever. But I'm sold on it. Good plug out there.
That's
I'm
fantastic.
sold on it.
I know there's a few different brands.
This is
like,
not a
similar to that.
sponsorship.
It should be.
Maybe,
Send us all the soaps.
Dr. Squatch.
All of them.
If there's anyone listening that makes their own soap, send us some of that. We'll
And
try
we'll try
it out.
too. It's got to be natural though, and good
It
for the
doesn't
skin.
have to be that natural. Like how natural do you think Irish Spring is? Like,
Not very.
and like
But that's why at least to throw the
Hold on.
in
You're
there.
telling me that Irish Spring does not come from Ireland?
no, I don't know that for a fact. But
No,
I'm,
but
Or a
it might come from a spring that's called the Irish Spring. It could be anywhere.
yeah, they might call their tap the Irish
Irish
Spring.
Spring. You don't know.
Like the hose that they fill the vats with. They're just
Right.
like, hey guys,
The Irish Spring, bro.
Go get the Irish Spring.
turn the Irish Spring on, would you? Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. It smells good, but like even that's a very strong scent.
Yeah.
Irish Spring, like. Now the only thing I don't like about like straight plain Irish Spring is it kind of dries your skin out a little
Yeah,
bit.
it does. I'm with you on that.
That's why.
Like the Dove
The
ones
Dove.
are nice because they've got like the moisturizer in
Yep.
it.
That's why.
That's why I like the Irish
Dove.
Spring with aloe.
And with
Yeah, you
with
gotta-
your point
yeah,
with the bar soap,
but
that
not
you
the
can
straight.
scrub.
Like
Not the straight.
yeah.
Not the straight. I like the scent of the straight, but
Yes,
no, the
it
aloe
smells
it's
great,
really
but
good
it
on the skin.
Uh,
fuck up your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your point on like being able to scrub like grease and shit off with the bar soap, like I mean with liquid soap you just have one of the loofah things and that
Right. I
scrubs.
get you there.
Well, you can
So
loofah with
that's
the
my
bar
point
soap
with
still.
Well, yeah,
with the Squatch with the oats in there.
yeah.
You didn't have to scrub. You just barely the oats are like literally what's
It's like a
scrubbing it
natural
out of your skin.
exfoliant.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Huh.
It's wild.
No, I've seen. I forget what the brand is, but it's similar to the Squatch, where it's like they do the cool scents and all that, where they have like a insert. So it's like a loofah sponge thing that you put the bar of soap in, and then you just do your scrub a dub.
and it just rolls right out of it.
I was like,
Yeah, mind blown.
That's interesting.
and that's one of those things like that's super basic, but like no one had thought of that yet.
Right.
Like that's not like mainstream.
Probably sitting on a beach somewhere.
You know what I mean?
like,
This
just
dude's fucking
loaded.
Yeah. Here we are, fucking working.
Right. We could
Fuck
be
'em.
designing soap.
We should
You
start
didn't even
making
think about
soaps.
that.
We can make soap.
Can't be
We
too
could go.
hard.
We could go Fight Club on this thing, bud.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
talking
know,
about.
I'm not going
That's
to
the
liposuction.
first rule of Fight Club.
No way, though.
All right, talk to me.
Yeah, chat.
Change it. We'll be done talking about soaps. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good. You're
Flip
good.
it up. Give us something different. We'll go from there. Produce us.
Are you ready to talk about? I don't want to be derogatory, so I'm going to try to say something.
No, we're not going to talk about the.
Last night.
Huh?
Last night.
Oh.
I was going to say Chinatown, but I feel like that's being kind of
Oh.
derogatory. So can we cut that out? So that
Nope.
would-
That's staying in.
okay. All right, perfect.
I was gonna go to a little something kind of strange.
Sign me up.
Not
Let's go.
strange,
Let's
but
do strange.
different.
Something that maybe like
Different.
I could be a part of too, because like
Yeah.
I wasn't there last
Yeah,
night. I don't
so,
know what you guys
have
enjoyed
you guys-
last night.
Colt
I mean-
45 and 2 zigzags.
We've all been at hotels.
Been there,
Stayed
done
the
that?
night at hotels
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Some
Have
good,
you guys-
some good, and some bad.
Have you guys
definitely some
ever
bad.
have you guys ever gone home with something from the hotel? Towels, key cards.
Towels.
I
think
Bibles.
they naturally.
I mean,
not a
I take
Bible,
all
but-
the little soaps and shampoos every time.
Really?
Yeah, so like I go out of town for work sometimes, and like so we have to stay out, and so every day, I'll take all the shampoos and soaps that they put out.
Yeah.
So then they put more in, and I'll take all those. I got a whole little basket at my house with all these. Lacey hates it, but I got all the
They are
lotion.
perfect for like traveling.
I got
and
the
shit.
lotion. I
Yeah,
got the
'cause they're all
soap. I got
little
the
mini
shampoo.
samples.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fantastic. So I load up on those, but
Nice.
I don't take like things that
So-
are there.
So
I guess.
what do you got here for me there, Chad? A
So-
whole collection of did somebody build a hotel room in their house with other hotel parts?
No. So this is
It's like some kinky foreplay stuff.
Right.
Like
the Roosevelt.
Spreading the butt cheeks a little bit.
Right. The Roosevelt Hotel in New Orleans, Louisiana.
That ought to be an interesting place in Mardi Gras.
A couple years ago, they celebrated their 125th anniversary. They'd been open 125 years. That's pretty crazy,
that's
right?
impressive,
It
especially
is.
in New Orleans. Like
Yeah.
they get flooded out all the time.
Right. So they had a contest for their 125th anniversary that the winner won a prize up to, it was worth $15,000. It was like a 7-night stay.
Now
in
those
their-
are always tricky. Worth up to.
well,
Like,
worth it's worth like $15,000. So it was a 7-night
Room,
stay
board, food.
in their
beer
presidential
tickets.
suite, like their
yeah.
highest like.
that would be nice.
Probably
Right.
gator skin fucking blankets and shit. Oh, guaranteed.
So
High roller.
how do you enter this contest? you might be thinking.
I am.
Can we enter it? Is there another?
No.
I
This
think
is
it's
over.
over.
This is over.
Okay,
This
it's
was this was 2 years ago.
Oh shit! So we need
So they
130.
came
Living in
came
the
up
past.
with they came up with asking their former customers to bring in items that you have taken from the hotel, stolen.
This is a setup.
No.
This is a setup.
No, it's not. And that's actually what I was thinking too the whole time. But it was like the
craziest thing they found is that the person that won.
yeah.
This is
So
like your
the-
mom telling you, "I won't be mad if you tell me the truth."
Right,
Like this is
that's
a setup, bud.
that's exactly
like they got
what I
the
was
cops
thinking.
waiting for him at the front door. Like, oh yeah, I took this. Boom, jail.
Yeah, so the most bizarre item that
Right,
somebody
most, like,
has
obscure
yeah
and-
that somebody has taken with them from the hotel, right? And it was like this coffee pot from like 60s or 50s or something. But I mean, it's like an old
Okay, sure.
coffee
yeah,
pot, and these people took it. And they finally brought it back, and they were like, "Here, we got this when we stayed here, however long ago."
Now
And,
here's my question: did they get to keep that?
Or
do
did they have to trade it for their
Yeah, like,
$15,000
do you
worth
trade
of
that in,
stay?
or do you get the 15,000?
Or do you put it back on the shelf and then take it again when you leave? Like we already got it once, it's coming
Well,
Now
home
here's
with
the
me.
question: what do you
being
think
in
they
the-
took during their 7-night stay?
That's what I'm
That-
saying.
Because
that's
there's
not
no
all
way
they
you
took.
win something about stealing things and you don't
And then
steal
you don't
something
take
again.
something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You
And
have
especially being in the presidential suite
Yeah.
for 7
Yeah,
nights.
you probably got out of there with like the whole fucking bed.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Watch this shit.
That
When you
would
do
be,
this
like,
again in
super
125 years, my grandkids.
Now
are
you
gonna come
showed
up
me the
here.
picture. That guy looks like he was around when they opened the hotel.
So that's not even the winner. That's
Oh,
a
that's
couple.
that's a runner-up.
That's a couple that stole a napkin.
I know most of the time I say Nick's not loud enough in my headphones, but like my ears are bleeding right now.
Oh fuck. No, so this elderly couple, they stole a napkin. And that was just one of the items. But yeah, there's like a list here. There was a candelabra.
Okay.
Do we have the winner?
The winner was the coffee pot.
Oh, that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I thought that was that couple.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay. They just had the napkin. All right.
There was a signed poster by the Supremes from like 1972-ish. The original hand-drawn blueprints from the hotel's expansion in 1923.
Who got away with those?
Why were these just in a room?
I'm guessing
Presidential suite.
I'm guessing that wasn't like a customer. It was probably like
Ooh,
a maintenance
employee.
maintenance man.
Well, I
or
bet you
something
some
and
former
grabbed 'em,
employees
and it
had
was
some
like-
really good stuff.
Yeah.
There was also this one, a table with artwork on top highlighting 5 famous drinks: the Sazerac, Ramos Gin Fizz, Bayou Swizzle, Big Memo, and
Big
Jambalaya.
Jammo, huh?
I'm just saying, I don't think they're that famous. I haven't heard of any of them.
You've never heard of a Sazerac
Nope.
or Jambalaya?
I mean, I've heard of like the meal,
Jambalaya.
jambalaya. So, I'm just saying, not that famous. Maybe they
it's
would
down
have been
south.
more famous if
You
someone
got
hadn't
it.
stole the table
That
with
could
all
be.
them on there.
Well,
That
so you
could
got the Mason Dixon line. So maybe on the southern side of that line.
Now, I will say
That's
that
famous.
they know what they're doing with their food down there.
That's just a fact.
I've had some of the best food I've ever had in New Orleans. I've been there 2 different times, and the
I've
food
never
been
been
there
there, though.
fantastic.
The only thing I
know-
can relate to New Orleans food is Fat Tuesday.
Sure.
Which is not Fat Tuesday anymore.
Unfortunately, but it is still a.
It's
like
like
a.
It's not
new-
Fat Tuesday anymore.
No,
No,
they
right
closed.
here.
yeah.
Yeah,
The owners.
When they moved back
they-
down south.
but it's still like a Cajun
It's
restaurant,
it's
isn't
still
it?
a Cajun restaurant. So the owners were not in very good health, and so they weren't able to do what they wanted to. with
Probably
it
from
anymore.
eating all the food.
And probably from just standing in there.
Well,
Have you ever been in there?
Yeah.
It's like a
Cancer is
smoke
what I
show.
heard, but
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sorry. Well, I mean, I didn't
Sorry-
want to throw it
sorry
out
for
there.
joking.
But,
It was always a smoke show in there, though.
Oh, I'm sure it
You
was.
could see
I'd
your
never
hand
been in
front
there.
of- Really?
Yeah.
Dude, you'd open the door and smoke's rolling outside.
Talk
like the
talk
building's
about
on
like
fire.
a small place, like
Yeah.
not a large establishment,
no, definitely not. It
but
doesn't
delicious
look big at
food.
all.
Oh, delicious.
But
it is still
not
it
nearly
is
as
still a
good
Cajun-
as like
What was
in
actually
New
down
Orleans.
south? Yeah.
It's still a Cajun place.
Yeah. It's called like Fat Tuesdays or something like that, or
No.
it's some play on like Mardi Gras and stuff like
Well,
that.
that's what it was. It
See,
was
and I-
Fat Tuesdays.
I always
and
used to
now it's
like,
like something different.
It's like
Buzzard Billy's before they went like mainstream.
yeah,
Buzzard Billy's when it was
when
downstairs.
it was downstairs on
Yeah.
court.
until it flooded out.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
now they're all big dick swinging over by
It's
Wells
still
Fargo.
it's still really good.
It's
though.
still good,
I
but
mean,
it's not the
I would
same.
go, but it's not the vibe.
Yeah.
Like it used to have
It's
a
not
cool
the vibe.
vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
Now
sit
it's like
in
walking
the
into
alleyway
Applebee's.
because
Yeah.
their outside seating was in the alleyway.
Yeah.
And then you had to go downstairs and they had the fucking alligator like
Hanging
hanging
from the ceiling right when you walk in.
but
Dude, it was
Yeah.
sweet.
They had it going on.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
cool. That's a cool spot.
that
Now
was
it's
cool.
like walking into like
I
TGI
miss that
Fridays.
spot,
It is,
and
it
I
is.
also miss Stella's. That was another
Stella's
spot.
was the shit in the Skywalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
mom, for a brief portion of her life, worked in the kaleidoscope.
When they'd pour the milkshakes
Yeah.
on your head.
On your head, yep.
Not like physically on your head. They'd put the cup
They
on
put
your
the
head.
cup on your
Yeah.
head. You had
And
to
then-
hold it, and then they would go.
And they'd stand,
from a
3-4 feet
Oh,
up.
yeah.
They'd
drop
get like
that shit.
they'd have like ladders and stuff. They'd stand on
Oh,
chairs.
fuck yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
they spilled on you, it was free. That was
Yeah.
their motto.
Yep.
And they never spilled.
No.
Ever,
Never.
ever. They were on it.
How much practice do you think like you have to
You
do
probably have to
before
go
they
through
let you
hours
throw
of
in?
training.
Right?
Yeah.
Like they don't just
Hours.
say, "Yeah, go out there and do this." They couldn't. They'd lose money left and right.
Right. You'd have to get somebody that knew what they were
So
doing.
they probably have practice milkshakes in the back.
Right.
Like,
Well, I'm guessing. Well, was it always your server that did it, or was it?
No, it
the
was
same
your server.
guy?
I feel like it.
was
No,
my
I think it
server.
was
Was it-
yours.
was it your
Now, in
server?
fairness,
There you
Stella's
had-
has been out of business for a long time, but,
But
I'm
you
pretty
always had,
sure it
you
was.
had people eating at the same time, so you had like 9 of these things going on at the
Yeah.
same time. They were everybody.
It's not like they didn't have a designated
they'd got
milkshake
person
pourer.
just- yeah, you
That's
had people.
kind of what I was
No,
wondering.
no.
I mean, I've
Each
been
and
there a
every
couple
one of these
times.
were a skilled laborer.
Right,
These
working for dollars on.
I was
on
going to
the
say,
hour.
and
Pennies-
literally back
pennies
in
on the
when this
dollar.
it was probably like a $5 minimum wage. If
Yeah,
that.
but their waitresses, they were probably making
50 cents
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
That's rough.
that is rough.
And
a
we went
weird-
from that to like, I don't. What is the minimum wage now? Is it still $7.25?
$7.25
No.
is
In some, because in some states,
$7.25 is the federal minimum wage.
is it
Is it?
federal?
Yeah.
Because I would say some states are 15, 16.
No, that's
18.
fine. Federal is the bare minimum. You have to.
Okay.
Right,
But
right,
then
right.
like servers and stuff, that's a different.
That's
they
a
don't
whole
have to
different
get
thing.
paid.
category.
They could
Yeah.
pay $3 an hour or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
whatever your company feels.
And
that
then
you're
by the
worth.
time you take taxes out, you ain't make no money. You just get your tips.
You just get
Right.
your tips.
And then it's cash, so they don't report half of it. So then they make more money in the long run because they don't pay taxes, unless they're responsible human beings. And
Which at that point I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't
Fuck
either.
fuck
That's
no.
what I'm saying.
You
I'm,
guys
if
are
I'm getting
screwing
hosed,
me?
fuck you.
Yeah.
I didn't make no cash. I made nothing
None
today.
of that.
How you
No.
living? I didn't make shit. It's all in my pocket.
Yeah, don't worry about me.
Don't worry about what's in my
Don't-
pocket.
Man, Stella's was the shit. What other? Oh, you guys remember Robin's Wood Oven Grill?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
place,
yeah, yeah.
that was our-
It's been like
oh my
9
God.
things since then, and they
Yeah.
all failed.
Cozy Cafe was probably the best one since.
I did
In
like
that location.
the kicking pigs.
oh,
I did too, but they
yeah,
opened at just
okay.
the wrong
One
time.
Yeah,
I think that could have
Right
been good.
before
We went a
COVID.
few times and it was all right. The
they did
service
have
was
your
kind of slow, but
yeah, they did have your chicken lollipops. So
did they?
their wings, like their bone-in wings, were
Mhm.
chicken lollipops.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So, like, did they not have flats?
No, well they.
So, how do you make the flats into lollipops?
No, they weren't. They were just all
It was all
drumsticks.
just drummies.
Because I got them one day. I was working over at Southridge, and Tom's like, "Oh, we gotta try this place." I'm like, "All right, I'll get some wings, whatever." And I got. They were all lollipops, but they were not big legs. They were just regular.
They had like a street taco pizza. That was fantastic.
But Robin's.
Robin's was the
Robin's
business. The
was the
Robin's
shit.
Wood Oven Grill with the
Yep.
pizzas they do. Oh my god! Well, that's
Yeah.
like every family meal we had. Like anytime we went out to eat, was always Robin's.
Oh, I remember
always.
it. Yeah, I remember it clearly. I've been there.
Yeah,
a lot.
and then same like down the street, Okoboji Grill.
Okaboji.
The one place I always missed too was right across the street. Was that Boston Market or Seattle Market?
Boston Market was.
Boston Market.
Boston Market was a place. It was up in West Des Moines though.
I
No,
just
there was
remembered the
one-
Boston Market that was over by the Bucks Arena.
There was one right
Or is
across.
that Baskin Robbins?
No, that's Boston Market. That's the one I was. I mean,
Yeah.
well,
There was one. What was right across
Yeah.
from Robin's Wood Oven Stove, where the eyeglass store is now, and right next to Applebee's.
I don't remember that being nothing.
yeah. I
No,
don't-
it was. It was.
Man.
It was a Boston Market.
It could have been.
Domino's?
Domino's is still there. Not what we're talking about.
All right, no, I don't remember that
It
being
was on
nothing.
the corner.
You know, I just kind of want to point this out. It's like all this talk about food. This is why, like, I am literally the heaviest I have ever been in my life right
100%.
Yeah.
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 Like all I do now is I just think about food and how much I want to cook food and then eat that food.
Yes. Well, now the problem is like we're really good at making and like the stuff we smoke. You can't make small portions.
No.
Oh
It's
God, no.
large
I had
portions.
so my pork butt I did. It was a 7.5 pound pork butt.
Which is pretty small,
It's-
really, for
being
pork
a shoulder.
Yeah.
Who eats
shoulder,
7.5 pounds of meat
Yeah.
between two people?
Well, this
I
was
know,
this
it
was
was
for
for
this
some-
was
yeah,
for
yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of what I thought was going to be like a watch party, and it ended up being 2 people coming over to our house. So there was 4 of us.
Sorry, dude. My bad.
No, it's all good.
I was in a.
It was like a
Shitty
last minute thing
distress.
when they were like, "Hey, we're just gonna come over to your place," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, whatever." So that's when I invited you guys because I thought we were going somewhere.
We got
But
the backup invite, Nick.
It was like
The
where
pity invite.
No, it wasn't a petty.
Like, come
invite.
help me
God
eat this
damn.
pork invite.
Yeah, he's like, dude, I got so much
Right,
meat. So
right.
That's
I don't
why I
know what I'm
literally,
gonna do with
guys,
it.
I brought you a whole breast of this turkey because like I got too much. Like I don't know what to do with it. Someone eat this.
Love it.
So I still had 3/4 of that shoulder left over.
Yeah.
And I half of that is in. I made a chili today, and it's in the chili.
I'm very
It's like
excited
a
to eat this
Southwest
chili, by the
chili.
way.
It's really fucking good. And then the other
But
half.
some of that stuff that's slow cooked, it's better to when it's reheated too. Sometimes
You get
Yeah.
more of the
Less
smoke,
flavor.
I think,
Yeah.
once it's cooled down and warmed back
Okay,
up.
Yeah. I have a block of it still that I didn't shred that's sitting on the oven. I can throw back into, and you guys can try it. The bark on it is
I do love, like, eating is maybe my favorite.
First
Like,
thing to- yeah.
when I'm
See,
at
this-
work, the only thing that gets me through the morning is thinking about what I'm gonna eat for lunch. And then after lunch, all
Do
I
you
can
eat
think
breakfast?
of, I have a cup of coffee, and I normally get like a banana or like a Belvita biscuit.
Right.
You know, I don't
Do you
eat
eat
like
breakfast?
I don't wake up in time to eat
Yeah, I'm
breakfast.
with you there.
Okay.
I wake up in time, but I haven't
wake
ate
up like
breakfast
20
since
minutes
I was-
before I need to leave, and then I spend 10 minutes of that snoozing my alarm, laying in bed,
Right,
until I
right.
get to the point where I know if I don't get up, my coffee will not be done by the time I need to leave. So I have to get up then. I get dressed, I get my coffee, and I leave. Like, I can't, I'm a terrible morning person.
I am too.
I cannot get
I'm
out
not.
of bed.
I'm not like a horrible morning person. I just don't eat when I wake up.
I don't.
But
I don't either.
Like,
I see so many
can't- I
people
just can't
first thing
get
in the
up.
morning, but I get up naturally.
It takes me a while, like, to get going before I'm even hungry, though. Like, I couldn't just, like, wake up and start eating. Not like any kind of, like,
yeah, but I have a routine when I get up in the morning, and I do the same thing every day. And sometimes, I mean, very rarely, but sometimes I'm like, no, I gotta hit snooze. I have plenty of time to snooze before I have to be at work, but I don't.
oh, man.
I have to get up and start
I
my
hate
day.
to snooze so much. Like, Lacey hates me because before we got together, she could put an alarm on and wake up first time that thing goes off and be good to go.
That's me. Yeah.
Now, been with me, snooze all fucking day, bud. I'll set my first alarm like 45 minutes before I had to get up because I know I'm gonna snooze 4 or 5 times.
But is that
And
because
I
you're
think
waking
the key
up
there
early?
is first alarm.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's multiple alarms.
Yeah,
I have normally
two.
set
I have
2,
two.
but
I've got two.
sometimes I will go 3 just to make sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do you sleep through the alarm?
No. The alarm wakes you up and then you hit
the initial,
snooze.
yeah, the initial
Or you
alarm
turn that
wakes
one
you
off
up, and
because
then
you
shut that
know
off.
that there's going to be the next one, so you have a little bit of time.
So for me,
But
I
you're not
have-
going to fully, like, it's kind of like half waking up. So, like, you're not having to go through the full wake up the second time. You're already kind of, like, jump starting the process.
Yeah.
Huh.
So like for me, I have
Interesting.
6:30 and 6:45, 15 minutes apart. So I leave the house by 7:15.
That bums me out because mine are like,
That's wild. So I would say I get up 5:40.
yeah,
Or
my
5:37.
my alarm's, I think my first one's like 5:40, and the second one's like 5:55. And then it's like, bud, you better get moving though, because you got to make that. If I don't make my
Right.
coffee, then I'm in
Right.
trouble.
Yeah.
Because then I have to go buy something.
See, and I don't drink coffee, but I make coffee when I get to work for my guys because I try to get there a little early, and by the time they show up, I got hot coffee.
See, now
and
that's
popcorn.
That's a good
that's
boss.
not just a boss, that's a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is like I didn't really ever make coffee, so the first couple of pots, well, Bob was like, "Oh,
Did
who
you,
made
like,
this
just
coffee,
pour-
bud?" Yeah, I was like,
Strong as
and he's like, "How many scoops you put in there?" I was like, "I don't know, like 9." He's like, "Why?" He's like, "Because I thought I had to fill it up to like the line."
Oh
on the
my
inside."
god! Wow.
Yeah, it was 12 cups, so it was diluted.
Yeah.
I got it down now. No, I do like 4
Yeah.
scoops,
Oh, fuck.
4 heapers though.
So
Not
I just
scoops, 4
I
heapers.
just make enough to go in my travel mug. So it's like 6 cups. I normally do 2 scoops and call it a day. But
I think we do.
which would be about, if you're doing 12 cups, 4 scoops, and
Right, right, yeah.
we're about the same ratios.
Yeah, I do 6 cups because I've got our mugs are about 3 cups each. So I'll do 6 cups and I'll do like 3 or 4 scoops, pretty hefty scoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, heapers.
Now
What
what's
coffee, not just the perfect
what
scoop.
kind of coffee do you do? What's your go-to coffee?
I do the breakfast blend, the Folgers breakfast blend
Okay.
with some French vanilla creamer.
Now do you stick with
I
that
see-
forever, or do you mix it
Yeah,
up?
no, every once in a while. I mean, I can do a couple. I don't know. Like I can do like a peppermint flavor once in a great while, like during the holidays or whatever.
So you like
but
French vanilla creamer, right? You don't like the French vanilla blend?
I
asked this because I said I don't drink it. So
I've never. I guess I've never
What do
really
you have
tried
at
that.
the? What do you have at Midas?
I got 5 different types of coffees, but
Do
nothing
you do
really
so?
too
Do you do a
fancy.
different one every day?
And sometimes I blend them together, bud, because I'm not the one drinking it. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
Literally, I'm like in some
You're
days
like
you
2
get
scoops of this.
Some
2
days
scoops
they're
of this?
they're going after the pot, like
Yeah.
whatever that was good. But so there's
So you got to start keeping track of what you were doing.
Right.
I got
Start writing
the
it down, take
regular
notes.
regular old G Folgers.
Yep.
I would try to keep 2 of them big ones because that's normal. Bob's go to if I don't make coffee. Bob's like, give me the Folgers. And then I always feel like everybody hates on Maxwell House, so I got some Maxwell House in there
It's
too.
kind of an inferior coffee,
Is
if
it?
we're being honest. Yeah.
So I try to blend those 2 at the same time.
So you're
or
like
mix them
cutting
up.
the Folgers with Max.
No, but see, I put so much in there, I feel like they're still getting full flavor. But I always try to tell if somebody knows what the type of coffee I made.
I like
was.
how you try to make like your Folgers last longer by, for every 2 scoops of Folgers,
not
do
like-
1
not
scoop
like
of
that.
Maxwell.
So but that's what I'm saying. So you guys drink.
Remind me never to buy cocaine from you, because who knows what would be in there.
Cooking up
Half
dope
of
in
it's
the crock
powdered
pot,
sugar.
bud. Right.
2 cuts flour, 1
Yeah.
part.
He'll be like, it's all white. He'll
So-
never know.
And then we got some
Coffee's
Dunkin'
coffee, man.
Donuts, French vanilla,
Okay.
some Dunkin' Donuts, hazelnut.
Okay.
And so like, and I don't like the taste of coffee to begin with, but I can tell you
I'm
the
not a
hazelnut
huge
I would
fan.
probably attempt.
Some of it
'Cause
smells really
that's what-
good, though.
The smell coming out of the
The
hazelnut,
aroma. Nick's all about the smells tonight, and I love it.
yeah.
I love it.
He's all about the auras.
Because it's in my lobby. My lobby's not very big, but when you get fresh coffee going, though, it takes over the whole
Yeah.
lobby. So
Oh,
people
I'm
walk
sure.
in, like, they smell like hazelnut. Like, yeah, this is nice. I'm here,
See, I don't like the flavored coffee, and like I drink mine black. I don't do the creamer, but I change coffee every time. Like I'll buy the small bag or a small can,
and then just switch it
and then
up.
every time I'm done, I'll buy a different one because I want to try that. I
Right.
want
So
to keep
yeah.
trying.
So you'll get like the Colombian blend and then the
Yep, I'll
breakfast
try different
blend
kinds. I
and-
do different
yeah,
brands.
got
I
you.
do, like right now I'm on like a black and bold.
Okay.
Have you guys seen this brand? It's from here in Iowa. These
Okay.
dudes like started up a coffee company from here in Iowa. It's fucking legit, bud. This has some of the best flavor. Like it's not like hazelnut or like French vanilla.
Right,
Where it's
right,
like
right.
flavored. Like the flavor of the
coffee,
coffee
yeah,
like
of
base
the
root
bean
is
coffee.
itself.
next level.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it's fantastic. Like it just smells good.
Huh.
Opening this bag comes like in a little bag.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. But yeah, I do a different one every time, and most of the time, I like them. But I have run into a couple where I'm just like I
Just
can't
throw it
even
out
finish.
and- yeah.
I had one. I don't remember what the brand was, but I would make a pot, and Lacey was like, "What are you making?" And I'm like, "I made my coffee." She goes, "It smells like ass in here." And then
That's not where I thought you were going
And
with
then I went to drink it, and I'm like, "Yeah, it tastes like it too." Like that one did not last long.
Right.
But yeah, so I mixed it up. I like to, I always got to be trying something different. Mix it up. I don't think I get bored too easy to just go like
I do too,
breakfast
making
blend
it
all the time.
I don't even drink it. So sometimes I'll do a little hazelnut, a little Maxwell House, and
Nick's just
little
fucking.
Folgers.
We're over here telling trying to boost his ego here, telling him he's a leader, not a boss. But he's over here fucking with his
He's just
employees.
fucking with
Just
They still drink.
I'm
They
throwing
like it.
everything
Yeah,
in this time.
Yeah, and they like it. They
Do
drink
you
the shit out
ever,
of
do you
it.
ever like if you're mad at them or you have like a low before you like you low on your numbers, so like you get them throw decaf in there just to fuck you guys.
No, but I should. I didn't think about
you
that.
know, you're like, oh, you guys didn't do enough oil changes last week. Decaf today.
Oh, but I'm limiting the coffee. Put it under lock and key.
I'm just saying, it's an idea. I don't know.
Don't limit the coffee though.
No,
You always got to have coffee.
we have free coffee at work for our employees, and
So free coffee should be like a universal.
Here's a question, and this may sound crazy because once again, I don't drink it, so I don't know the issue of it. How often do they clean the coffee pot?
I don't know.
So at my house, my personal coffee pot, if it's just me making coffee, if I'm just in charge of it, I don't. The only time anything happens is when I put new water in. I'll
Right,
kind of
you
swish
swish
around
it,
and
pour
hot
it,
water.
pour.
and-
That's how
and
I-
then
okay.
But I
Yep.
never. Now Lacey will straight up like wash
Yeah.
my
We'll
coffee
wash it.
pot.
We'll wash ours.
Also, and I don't know. So I always have I have the metal travel mugs. That's what I take to
Oh
work.
yeah.
And so I bring them home from at the end of the day, and I put them on the counter right next to the coffee pot. and then in the morning I just dump the coffee in. I never wash them. I never clean them out because it's just coffee.
And it's holding all that flavor.
I'm just putting, and then I see Lacey tearing into them, washing them out, and I'm like, oh, there goes my flavor. And she looks at me like she could literally just kill me right then and there because it's the dumbest thing in the world to her.
No,
I'm like,
I get you with that,
that's built up, but don't.
So like I said, once again, don't start making coffee. So I made coffee for these guys, and right when I first started working there, I was like, what the fuck? This coffee pot's got a fucking film on the inside of it.
Well, film's probably not great.
But I mean, it was just like toasted brown, and so but it just
Probably not the best.
Okay,
Right.
Sure. Now at that point,
right.
That's
So I literally
need to clean that.
yeah,
But, like-
I cleaned this thing up, and you could see through it like clear glass. And they were picking up. What happened? What happened to my fucking coffee pot? It's like clean that shit,
dude.
literally.
I'm telling you though, like it. I get upset when I see her washing my stuff. I'm like, no, not my coffee pot.
At some point, yeah, like I said, I mean,
But-
but how long do you go?
so-
Is it
But now
normal? Do people
let
do it daily?
You let it sit out like all day though, right? Like
Right,
it's sitting on
right.
the warmer all day. So like I make enough for what's in there. There's always a little extra, and I just
Yeah.
let that sit in there. But I turn it off right,
Right,
when I
so
leave.
it's
It's not cooking in
Yeah.
there.
And
And then in the morning, I dump that out. I rinse, and then sometimes I won't even rinse it. I'll just dump out the old stuff, pour in the new stuff,
And just go.
and then go.
I saw a dude on TikTok pour straight bourbon into it where the water goes
Okay.
and had bourbon coffee. Kind of want to try it.
Now I will say one of my favorite things to do is make a pot of coffee and then put some scotch in that.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Really?
Especially like now it's colder. Like if I'm at home on the weekends, like I'm not drinking beer. I'm making pots of coffee and just pouring scotch in there.
Huh.
Talk about a nice aroma.
Well, then you get
That's
the heat,
fucking yeah.
from alcohol hot. And you're
Well,
like,
same way like
it's
I was
hot
doing that when we
sake.
were in Colorado. You know, I was pouring the booze with the coffee
Yeah.
I'm making. Like, oh, that's my favorite way to drink
Yeah.
coffee. Now the only problem is when you go on like a weekend bender of just drinking the scotch coffee, then Monday morning when you make a plain pot of coffee, it's not the same.
It takes a couple days to
You know,
come
you're
back.
like, ooh, man, my coffee was tasting good all weekend.
All right, well, I guess
that's a good spot, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right there.
Good
Good spot
here.
as any.
As good a spot
The
as
next time
any.
we'll speak to you. It'll be after Thanksgiving, so we can talk
Yes,
about
yes.
the beautiful.
Everybody
Have a
have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Eat a lot of food and get really fat like we're gonna do.
And I
Tell
won't
us-
be
tell us all about it.
mad if you put your Christmas trees up by the next time we talk to you. So
As long as it's after Thanksgiving.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Hey, Black Friday, go for it.
Oh, and also Black Friday, go Hawks.
Go
Oh, yeah,
Hawks.
yeah.
Beat Nebraska.
Hallelujah.
Bye.
So-
Hug the Fuskers.
Yep. Love you
ya.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.